Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Havoc Esports Championships, or should I say, welcome to the Havoc Esports Season 7 Championships. I am your host, HVC Luke, and today we got a very special set of matches ahead of us. We have the quarterfinals, day 1 of championships, and for those of you guys who are unsure of what this format is, we are doing one day today for championships, where it will be just the quarterfinals. All the quarterfinals are best of 7. They'll be taking place both here on the main stream and on the alternate stream. But here on the main stream, we have Havoc Orange versus Final Form White. And then right after this, we'll have Sloth Dark versus Digital Threat. So everybody, make sure to stay tuned and cheer on your favorite teams as this day continues to progress, because today will be a very exciting set of matches. But without further ado, I think we're just confirming here that the players are all here, and it looks like they are. Let's get started. The players are coming in. The first quarterfinal of the championships for season 7 is here. Here we go, folks. We are here. We are ready to go. And let's get started. Today will definitely be an interesting matchup. Final Form White. They have qualified for both top 8s, but they did not participate in either of the Split 1 playoffs or the Split 2 playoffs. So we honestly have no idea how good Final Form White is actually going to be inside a championship setting. Now, they have been playing for a little bit as a team. Alkaline, Fours, and Avdiel. Alkaline, Avdiel, and Bluki. So Avdiel is now moved to the substitute part of the roster, as Fours is not able to make it to the quarterfinals today. But should they win this best of 7, they will be playing with their full roster tomorrow for the top 4. But this will definitely be a very interesting matchup, because we look at the side of Final Form White. We're looking at 3 individually better mechanical players. Whereas, since they are playing with the substitute, you do have to give Havoc Orange the role as one of the better teams here in this quarterfinal. And looking at this right now, it's a very close matchup. Both these teams are definitely going to put on the best of their ability, a great show. But here we go. Alkaline ends up leaving that for Matthias Maximus, who sends it across his own goal box. Now, both these teams are teams that I have coached here very, very recently, kind of similar to Digital Threat. Last week in the Last Chance Qualifier, I've coached a bunch of these teams here in the championships. I can tell which teams, of course, are generally going to be favored on the mechanic side of things, but in terms of who's been working out longer here, Havoc Orange are going to end up scoring first. Look at that. Let's see if Final Form White has what it takes to bring it back. And we can check here. I think Final Form might actually fit here on the full graphic. Let's see. Does that end up fitting? And oh, it does fit. Okay, so there we go. We can put on the full Final Form White on the graphic. But welcome, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to day 1 of championships, and that's going to be another goal. Final Form White going to put their first goal on the board. And who else but Avdiel to do so? Avdiel was on the main roster, but due to personal issues, he has stepped down from the main roster. And since then, they picked up Bluki to be part of the main roster. But Avdiel's still going to sub in here for this quarterfinal match, try to get the team to the semifinals. Avdiel will end up air dribbling over almost everybody, but can't get past the final defender. But Avdiel, he's definitely known for being very, very mechanical. Let's see if he has what it takes here to step up when it matters most for this championship match. Again, ball floating towards the backboard, stopped out by Bluki. Alkaline, now looking on low boost, tries to put that ball out, just isn't able to do so. It's now going to be over to Avdiel. He ends up giving away the ball a little bit too. We're starting to see a little bit of ping pong here between these two teams, but it's going to be Havoc Orange stepping up first here to actually get their first possession. Matthias Maximus, though, not able to fly up for that one. Timmy flying through the air. We'll put that ball out to the side. Will now be taken over here by Alkaline. Alkaline ends up getting beat. Now down to Blukey. Blukey gets a goal! Oh my goodness, look at the off-ball pressure here from Final Form White. Look at that. Alkaline flicks it, fakes it for a demo, excuse me, and sets up Blukey. That's how Final Form White's going to score. The duo, the new duo, and Blukey and Alkaline stepping up massively here in the first game. The question is, can they keep replicating it? Because we do have to remember, Final Form White, they didn't participate in any of the playoffs, Split 1 or Split 2 playoffs, but they were still able to make the tiebreaker for championships, where they ended up taking the tiebreaker, taking out teams such as Aura Esports, as well as, I believe, Aura Esports, Havoc Red, and one more team. I'm blanking on the team name. But here we go. Final Form White, 2-1. Let's see which team has what it takes to get the W here. Alkaline looking for the reset, setting up Avdiel. It's on! It's a goal! Avdiel scores again for for Final Form White. Of course, Final Form, they do have their own RLCS team in South America, coached by yours truly. But it's always great to see that they still have some other teams that they use to represent in other leagues, especially this one. I believe Final Form White is currently their best North American roster. I believe I would have to check with that. I believe Final Form White, though, is the best North American roster. But honestly, looking at this, they're continuing to show up, and they're going to be they're definitely trying to make the top 4 here. Here, back out to Blukey. Blukey beats it over 1, trying to set up his teammate upfield, but isn't able to do so. Alkaline tries to slow down the possession, and it's going to be Avdiel trying to take this ball forward. Blukey saw the midfield option was the open there, but Avdiel doesn't go for the pass. He goes for the backboard, and a follow-up from Blukey will result in a goal. And right now we're starting, because we have to remember, Havoc Orange in the last playoffs, they ended up making top 2. They made the grand finals after a Game 7 spectacle against Digital Threat, but now we're seeing Final Form White coming in here and showing that if they were at one of those 2 playoffs, they would have definitely gone far. "30 seconds to go in Game 1, and Final Form White definitely looking like the better team. Havoc Orange ended up scoring first, but since then there's been 4 unanswered goals. Ball goes across the net. Avdiel not able to find the goal there. Back over to K-Taps. K-Taps down to Blukey. Blukey tries to pinch that ball forward. Ends up going to be sent back to Avdiel. Avdiel misses the touch, so it looks like we will see Havoc Orange stop the scoring spree. But now, going into Game 2, maybe that's what they need to build some momentum to try and take the win. Here we go. Final Form White looking for maybe one last second consolation goal. Havoc Orange will keep it up as well, but the ball will end up touching the ground. Game 1 going to Final Form White. Fantastic stuff there. But again, it's not necessarily the best, even though that we're seeing some solid gameplay from Final Form White. Havoc Orange definitely put on enough of a fight in that one to show that they can come back here in this series. So the question is, will they continue to be able to apply the same amount of pressure they did? Avdiel came in here as a sub. Now, granted, even though Avdiel stepped away from the team for personal reasons, individually, he has still been grinding the game and still been putting on pretty good, much of a show. I believe in the last day of the season, he managed to grind all the way back up to SSL and get the rewards for it. So Avdiel is still a very formidable individual. But either way, I can't wait to see how Final Form White managed to continue to push on and try to gain some momentum going into the second game of this series. And honestly, I think they do have some momentum. Some of it was stifled due from the whiff from Avdiel, but we're back into the game here once again, folks. Ball does get sent back over to Alkaline. Alkaline ends up getting demoed. Bluekey has to set it across. Will now be back into the hands of Havoc Orange as they try to apply some pressure. Abdiel finding himself with a little bit of space, ends up getting dunked out, and will now be back over to Alkaline to try and maintain possession. He ends up getting dunked, and now continuing forward, we're still not seeing the best of gameplay from these two teams. Here we go. Ball gets sent out into the corner. Now be back over now. The hands of Bluekey. Bluekey ends up not being able to get the touch, and Alkaline will take the ball out of the corner. He ends up getting beat. Still not seeing the cleanest of gameplay here from either one of these players. Ball gets taken out to the side. Abdiel gets the beat over one. Can he get it on target? No. And actually, some trivia from between Havoc Orange and Abdiel is Abdiel and Matthias actually used the team for a little bit back on Havoc Gray. And before this, they teamed on Havoc Red, I believe, where they ended up avoiding getting relegated in the promotion relegation playoffs with Abdiel in his first ever stream. It's been a couple years since then, but he's improved into an amazing individual, and they're still managing to fight against each other in this match here. But right now it's going to be Bluekey. He ends up getting demoed off the ball. Now back into the hands of... side of Abdiel. He managed to take possession here. Now be back over to Alkaline. Alkaline trying to maintain possession, trying to center that ball mid, not able to do so. And will now be in the hands of Abdiel once again to try and get this ball out. He ends up just giving away the ball though, but a great dunk will allow him to keep the ball on the offensive end. Can he get the pass mid? No, not able to do so. Matthias Maximus will keep the ball on the offensive end for just a moment, but Bluekey trying to set up his team, not able to do so. And yet again, we're kind of similar to the beginning of game one. Even though Havoc Orange scored pretty early on, it was fairly scoreless for the rest of that half. And right now, we're still at a scoreless game. As Havoc Orange, they do not want to go down by 2 games early on in the series. It's still possible to come back. We've seen it multiple times. I believe Havoc Orange actually came back from being down by 2 games against Digital Threat last week. But now we're going to have to try and see them come back even earlier. Final Form have shown themselves to be a formidable team when they do show up throughout this season. And now it's going to be over to Alkaline. Alkaline showing those mechanics. Gets a double reset. Tries to get the ball off the backboard. Passes the ball mid to Bluekey. Bluekey not able to get the shot on target there. But here comes Alkaline once again through the air. Gets the beat on 1. Can't get the beat on 2. And now to be Abdiel who puts it into the corner to try and pick up on the pressure. Alkaline pushes that ball forward off the backboard, looking for the double, misses the double. The 15-year-old phenom not able to put the ball in the back of the net there, but the ball still finds itself on the goal line. Another shot from the top of the goal box. Abdiel puts another one in. Fantastic shot from Abdiel. And look at this here from the top of the goal box, from the side of the field too, puts it right in the back of the net. That's what we want to see. Again, Final Form White managing to get the lead. And once they've gotten a lead, they have not thrown it away, at least yet in this series. And at 20 left to go. And we do have to remember, even Havoc Orange, they are a very solid team, but they are a GC3 team, if I remember correctly. I believe maybe only one of them has touched SSL, if they have. I believe one of them has, actually. Although I'm blanking on who has done it. Whereas all except Bluekey have touched SSL on Final Form White. And I'm not even too sure about that. Bluekey may have indeed touched SSL before. Looks like someone in chat, Fours, the main roster member from Final Form, has confirmed Timmy has hit SSL before. All right, thank you, Fours. K-Tap says as well, okay, so everyone except Matthias Maximus has touched SSL before. So it's definitely a fun, we're going to definitely be witnessing a fun series here, as multiple players in this have touched SSL. But 30 seconds to go. Final Form looking to put that ball out of harm's way. Abdiel touching that ball down the pitch, but it goes straight to Timmy. Timmy Over now to K-Taps. Will try and maintain possession, but he can't get the ball. A great demo from Final Form will open up the pressure even more in the last 14 seconds. Here comes Matthias Maximus looking to take his time. Gets the ball, looking to hit the ball past one. Gets it around FDL, but can it set up K-Taps? K-Taps off the middle. No follow-up from Timmy. And with 3 seconds to go, Final Form White. It looks like they will let the ball touch the... Oh, they will actually score. And Final Form White up by 2 in the final second of the game. But there we go. Final Form White continuing to show us why they made both playoffs. They may not have participated in both playoffs, but they're definitely showing how they got there in this match. But here we go, folks. Another game gone. Final Form White up by 2, but we have to remember the last time that Havoc Orange were in a best of 7, they went down by 2 and won by game 7. They actually won the next 3 games after going down by 2. Now, granted, Final Form White are a completely different roster, but it's still definitely possible to see that pattern happen in front of us once again on the main stream. But now we're going to be going over to Sovereign Heights between these two teams. Let's see which team's able to take it. Will Final Form White get to match point, or will Havoc Orange start the comeback in a best of 7 once again? But here we go, folks. The players are in the lobby. Sovereign Heights loaded. Let's see who is able to get the dub here. Alkaline ends up not being able to get the touch that he wants, and we'll be back over to Timmy. Timmy ends up losing that 50, back to Avdiel. Avdiel trying to maintain possession here. Looks to try and get it over Matthias, but Matthias stops the ball there. The last time we saw Matthias in a best of 7, he actually stepped up very massively once it got to game 7. But he did have some rough games before then. Timmy had to really step up to bring his team to the grand finals. Here we go. Matthias Maximus puts that ball forward, trying to set up a teammate off the backboard, but Blueky with some great possession will get that ball out of harm's way. K-Tap sends that ball to the corner. Can he continue the follow-up? He gets the 50, but he's not able to really set up anything, and Timmy will send the ball forward, but Matthias ends up misreading that one, and that's going to be the first goal to Final Form White. Once again, we're going to see Final Form White score first, and if the pattern has anything to go by, once they get the lead, they have yet to lose. And if I remember correctly, Final Form White, I believe their only loss this season, I believe, may be due to forfeits. They have yet to lose a single time this season outside of forfeits, I believe. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see them, if they can make it to the semifinals, assuming they win this series. If they can make it to the semifinals, take on a top team in Sloth Dark or Digital Threat. And then they'll try to take on Havoc Gold in the grand finals, most likely. I think everyone's pretty much riding Havoc Gold as going to the grand finals. And Havoc Orange actually did show some weakness in Havoc Gold earlier in the Split 2 playoffs, where they ended up taking 2 games and almost won a series off Havoc Gold. They wouldn't have won the entire series, but they would have won at least one set, as they ended up taking to Game 5 Havoc Gold. And if they had lost that, Havoc Gold would have they would have had to win one more best of 5 to win the champion, to win the Split 2 playoffs. But being able to take 2 games off of Havoc Gold is something that no team this season has done outside of Havoc Orange. So Havoc Orange do have that to put under their belts, but they have to try and get through Final Form White here. Looks like did get some confirmation from Fours in chat. Final Form White have not lost outside of forfeits this entire season. So we have yet to see Final Form White against Havoc Gold. Maybe they are the team that can step up. And technically, if I remember correctly, if Final Form White win, even though Avdiel is the sub, he would be a 2-time Havoc champion. And I believe if Havoc White lose the quarterfinals today, whether they forfeit or whether they lose at all, we will, no matter what, be done with the Benji 4-time champion. But Alkaline will slot that ball in the back of the net, and again, we're just constantly seeing Final Form finding empty nets past the Havoc Orange defense. So everyone in chat, I don't have a co-commentator with me right now. What do we think Havoc Orange have to do to try and come back here, not only in this game, but in this series? Because right now, it just seems like there's so much pressure, so much aggression from Final Form White, definitely taking my coaching to heart compared to Havoc Orange. Now, granted, I haven't coached Havoc Orange in a while. It was only Matthias Maximus that I've coached recently, and Matthias honestly is looking very solid. But right now, Havoc Orange, they've yet to they haven't scored since the end of Game 1, where they ended up bringing it back to a 2-4 scoreline. But right now, Final Form White, they're continuing to get better game after game. There we go. Finest saying in chat what the score is. Apparently, Lil Bro isn't able to look at the screen. But my team getting revenge on Timmy for me. Love my team. Although, Forrest, I do believe you do got to give me some context on that. Apparently, Timmy beat Fours in another tournament, or another league, maybe. But here we go. K-Taps ends up leaving that one. Blukey trying to get the 50 here, setting up Avdiel. Avdiel trying to maintain possession. Will now be back in the hands of Matthias. Matthias sends that ball forward, back to Alkaline. Alkaline trying to maintain possession. He had a great pre-flip there to keep the ball, and he will get the ball past 1. 50's the ball past 2, but a great demo will set up Timmy. Timmy finally breaks the scoreless streak. Minute 12 left to go, and we're back within 1. And if I remember correctly, Havoc Orange, they actually had a comeback victory against Digital Threat when they started to bring it back. So right now we're seeing Havoc Orange try to do that here. Timmy beat my franchise team in MNCS right before this game. Oh, okay. So right now, Fours asking his teammates to try and cover for him, get revenge, so to speak. But ball will be kept on the offensive end. Alkaline. He's been so close to getting a double reset this entire series, but he's yet to actually score one. Not my actual team, though. Different division. Okay, so you're same franchise, different division. All right. Blukey flicks that ball over. Back to Matthias. Matthias now down to Alkaline. Alkaline trying to maintain possession here, just trying to waste down the clock. Ball gets popped over Avdiel. Blukey has to make the goal line save. He gets the initial one. Ball shot on target again. It's under, and Timmy will find his second goal. Havoc Orange back on to a tied game here. They went from scoreless for almost 2 straight games to now tying it up after being down by 2. Final 30 seconds to go. Will Havoc Orange mimic what they did in the last best of 7 they were a part of and try to tie up the series starting here? Ball back over to Timmy. Sent over now to K-Taps. K-Taps, can he maintain possession? He gets the ball over 1. Setting up Matthias. Matthias misses the shot, and Avdiel will start the counterattack. Back to Blukey. Blukey back to Alkaline. It's still in the air, and the ball will finally touch the ground. That will be Final Form White versus Havoc Orange, Game 3 overtime. Will we see a goal from Alkaline off the kickoff? Match point from Final Form has been reached. They are looking to sweep their way into the semifinals. Remember, the semifinals will be happening tomorrow. But either way, these teams, it looks like Final Form White, they just came in here. They haven't participated in Split 2 playoffs, and yet they still have managed to show up here in this game and show us who they really are. Oh my goodness, folks. Final Form White about to sweep the grand finalists from the Split 2 playoffs. Fantastic stuff from Final Form White. But right now, here we go. But right now, Final Form, they're now on the verge of sweeping. Now, I will say, everybody, over the last 6 seasons of Havoc, in, I believe, two of them, there have been a reverse sweep and a best of 7. So in 2 out of the 6 seasons that have already happened, there has been a reverse sweep in a best of 7 match. So hopefully Final Form definitely do not want to be another statistic on that chart. But right now, with how they're looking, they've scored first, and after they score first, they've been looking good. And even in the one series, where they ended up, even in the one game where they got scored on first, they were still able to come back and win that 4-2. So, Final Form White looking to come in here, try to sweep the grand finalists here, and show that they have what it takes to be a top team here in the Havoc Esports League. Here we go. Avdiel looking to maintain possession. ends up not being able to get the ball past Timmy. As Timmy will try to keep that ball on the offensive end. Matthias Maximus looking for the double tap, not able to find it. So Havoc Orange, they have lost a game where they scored first before, but I think if they really want a chance to start the reverse sweep off strong here, they got to keep this game close. And whether they score first or not is not the thing. As long as they can keep the game tied until the final minute, that will be a lot of pressure in Final Form White. And if they manage to break through at that point, then of course they'll be able to get the win. But Matthias Maximus, the captain of Havoc Orange, have managed to score first. And this is what we talk about, folks. If Havoc Orange want to start the comeback, they have to score first. Because I don't know about you all, if you've never played in a best of 7, sometimes after you win those first 3 games, you're so used to best of 5s that you kind of just fall off in game 4. It's really hard for some teams to remain consistent going into the 4th game in a best of 7, especially if they're on the verge of sweeping. But right now, they are looking good. They're looking solid. Let's see if they can continue to maintain this form. Luki looking to set up Avdiel. Avdiel now over to Alkaline. Alkaline, though, still looking for his double reset goal. Maybe we'll see one by the end of championships this weekend. But it's now going to be over to Avdiel. Avdiel gets completely dusted the ball by Bluki. Bluki gets completely dunked on by the 50-50, setting up Timmy! Havoc Orange up by 2 in Game 4. And folks, it's happened 3 times in Havoc history, 2 times in Havoc League history, where you've had a reverse sweep in a best of 7. It's always started with Game 4 being a complete domination win by the losing team. So, right now, Havoc Orange, they're currently losing. They're showing complete dominance here at the beginning of game number 4. But let's see what Final Form White have to answer this. Alkaline. Over now to Timmy. Timmy tries to maintain possession. He ends up missing the ball, and Avdiel gives it right to Matthias, who fakes it for K-Taps. Empty net. 3-goal lead for Havoc Orange, and right now, Final Form, they might be looking to just want to go next. Of course, we will be finishing out this game, but I don't know if Final Form will be able to come back from a 3-goal scoreline. At least the first time we've seen Havoc Orange and Final Form White participate against each other. And right now, Havoc Orange, they're up by 3 goals at the beginning of Game 4. That is a very early challenge, though, from Havoc Orange. Luckily for him, his teammates managed to stop the shot, nevertheless. And now we'll be back over to K-Taps. K-Taps down to Avdiel. Avdiel wins the 50 over to the side. Now nearing the midway point in Game 4. And we're starting to see Final Form finally start picking back up on the pressure. We saw Final Form come back from a 1-goal scoreline, but 3 goals is a completely different beast. Ball back to Bluki. Bluki down to Avdiel. Avdiel looking for the shot. Ends up being popped up high, though. Now we've officially reached the midway point of game number 4. And still, no scary shots on target from Final Form just yet. Bluki on 0 boost. Tries to flick that ball over to Alkaline. Alkaline tries to set up Avdiel. But now here comes the counterattack. Can Bluki get back? No! Havoc Orange with the 4-goal lead. And of course, Alkaline, he doesn't have much tournament experience, or at least he doesn't have much quarterfinals, semifinals, grand finals experience. I believe Alkaline does have 1 tournament win under his belt. He played with S5 Cosmic myself in a Turbo Tuesday spin tourney. And we ended up winning the grand finals against Wavy and his team. And that's currently the only grand finals experience I believe that Alkaline has. Maybe he has some in another league, but in terms of big tournaments, big prize pool, I believe that's the only amount that that's the only grand final that Alkaline's actually participated in. So he's actually looking to try and fight his way to make the grand finals and try to take on his former tournament winner teammate in Cosmic. Of course, he can't beat me, though. I got to commentate these matches, but maybe in the future Alkaline will get that opportunity. But here we go. Avdiel pops that ball over to Alkaline. Alkaline looking for the reset. Doesn't really do anything with that ball, though. And Bluki will look for the possession there. K-Taps gets beat out by Avdiel. Avdiel gonna be looking for the pre-flip, pinches that ball mid, trying to set up his teammate Blukey. Blukey trying to set up Alkaline, but Alkaline had already pre-jumped. Somebody wasn't reading the play, and now it's gonna be Avdiel. Avdiel gets demoed off the play. Minute and a half left to go. Havoc Orange looking to try and continue. They want to win this in a big fashion, but a great shot and an even better save from K-Tap. So he'll keep that ball out. Now over to the hands of Avdiel. Avdiel leaving it for Alkaline. Minute left to go, and still yet to find a second goal for Final Form White. But Havoc Orange, they're looking strong. They're looking confident. Let's see what they're able to do. But a great demo on the goal line will open it up for Avdiel. Alkaline applying the off-ball pressure. And it looks like, folks, we're back within 2 in Game 4. Havoc Orange looking to not throw away this game. Still a minute left to go, and actually, it's a known fact here. Havoc Orange's player, Matthias Maximus, is known for the biggest comeback loss in history in Havoc Esports. When he was back on Havoc Orange, they were winning 5-0 in the final minute versus Havoc Purple, and Havoc Purple, they were winning 4-0, and Havoc Purple came back to win 5-0. Didn't even go to overtime. They won 5-0 after being scoreless into the final minute of the gameplay. Right here, Alkaline looking to hit that ball at the backboard to Blukey. Blukey passing it down to Alkaline. Alkaline shoots! Saved away by K-Taps. Matthias Maximus back over to Blukey. Blukey now sends the ball down. Timmy on the goal line. He misses. A great save from K-Taps once again. Alkaline flies through, and K-Taps has single-handedly saved this win for Havoc Orange. Oh my goodness, K-Tap stepping up on the goal line here for his team. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be seeing Game 5, Salty Shores Night, between these two teams. Fantastic stuff there from Havoc Orange. Was scary towards the end, but they do still manage to get the win. Here we go, folks. Now going into Game 5, Salty Shores Night between these two teams. Honestly, it should be interesting, especially now that Havoc Orange have managed to get their first win. And Havoc Orange, they've shown, honestly, confidence when being down in a series. That's how they were able to come back against the likes of Digital Threat 2 weeks ago. So let's see if they have what it takes to win here. Here we go. On to Salty Shores Night. Final Form White looking to try and end this series as quickly as possible. Havoc Orange looking to do the impossible and win in a reverse sweep best of 7. It has happened before in Havoc. It's happened 3 times in Havoc tournament history. One of them being a public tournament, but 2 times in the Havoc League play. And little known fact so far, the reverse sweeps that have happened in League play have been in the semifinals and grand finals of the Havoc League Championships. We have never seen one in a quarterfinal, so right now, Havoc Orange are definitely looking to be the team to complete the sweep in terms of the quarterfinal, semis, and grand finals. Whereas Final Form are looking to make sure that that stat does not get added to them. They do not want to be part of a reverse sweep in a best of 7. That's going to be a miss, setting up Avdiel. Avdiel with the weak touch, and Blukey will cut across to look for a shot. Not able to get the goal, though. Now back in the hands of Matthias as the ball gets launched all the way back to him. He looks for a pass across to Timmy. Timmy. Pass back to Matthias. Matthias looking for the shot. Great shot on target at the very least, but easily turned away by Avdiel. Blukey down to Avdiel. Avdiel makes it awkward for his team, as now it's going to be over to Blukey. Blukey trying to maintain possession. Gets the beat past one. Great cut. Setting up the backboard touch. Not able to follow it. Alkaline down in the middle to Matthias. Matthias now taking his time. Looking to fake it around one. Gets the 50 on Avdiel. Old teammates not able to get the touch there. Back over to Alkaline. Alkaline trying to maintain possession. Gets the beat off the ceiling to Avdiel. Avdiel now down to Timmy. Timmy to Blukey. Blukey trying to maintain possession here. He's not able to get it. And we'll now be back over to Alkaline. Alkaline sends that ball down the pitch. Still tied 0-0. But if Havoc Orange are able to win a close game like this, I'd say the momentum would solidly be in favor of Havoc Orange at this point. Of course, taking one game after being down by 3 it doesn't really mean much. But what it does mean is that they are able to win a game. And sure, of course, to some people that might mean a lot, but for K-Taps, he has been inspiring since the beginning of last game. Even at the end of the entirety of last game, K-Taps have been inspiring. But everybody, remember, if Havoc Orange win this game, we're already going to be on Neo Tokyo. One game away from it being tied up. And right now, Final Form White looking to try and not lose here. Avdiel gets beat out, setting up K-Taps. K-Taps with another shot. 2-goal lead for Havoc Orange. They're looking to do the impossible. They're looking to show the Havoc special and try to reverse sweep this team. And we did see 2 late game goals for Final Form White in the last game. But let's see if they can do it again. Alkaline setting up Blueky. Blueky takes the ball off the kickoff. Ends up 50ing the ball around 1. Looking for the demo on K-Taps, but K-Taps avoids the demo and gets the ball mid. Trying to set up a teammate, but no teammates there. Now it'll be a setup from the opponents for Havoc Orange. But a miss from Avdiel is going to set up Blueky. Blueky down to Avdiel. Avdiel with the pre-flip off the backboard. Follow-up from Blueky. The give and go off the backboard. And that will be goal number 1 for Final Form as they're looking to fight back in game number 5. You do have to wonder, did Final Form assume they were going to already be... They pretty much just leave? Are they mentally checked out after they won the first 3 games of the series? Ball will be back over now to Blueky. Blueky trying to get the beat here. Back over to Timmy. Timmy gets beat over now to Alkaline. Alkaline off the sidewall. He will put it in the corner. And now be back into the hands of Blueky as he tries to keep the ball in the offensive end. Blueky through the air, looking for the double. Not able to get it, but here comes Alkaline. Alkaline looks like he switched off the Fennec, trying to set up Avdiel. Avdiel not able to get there in time. 2 minutes left to go. Havoc Orange trying to maintain the 1-goal lead. Matthias stops the ball at the midfield, but it's still going to be a great bump attempt there from Avdiel. And Final Form remain on the offensive end of the pitch. Shot to the middle from Alkaline. Blueky not able to get there. Now I'll be over to Avdiel. Avdiel to Matthias Maximus. Matthias on 0 boost still gets the beat. I'll be back over to Avdiel, who wins the 50 into the corner. Can Blueky do something with this ball? Blueky getting dunked out by Timmy. Timmy looking for the follow-up, pinching it mid. Alkaline misses, and it'll be up to Matthias Maximus, setting up for K-Taps. K-Taps with the reset, pops it down, and still no goal, but a follow-up from Timmy. It finds itself off the crossbar. Still only a 1-goal deficit. Matthias Maximus, though, trying to keep the pressure. We'll be back over to K-Taps. K-Taps ends up missing that one. Back to Blueky. Blueky can't find the touch. Over now to Avdiel. Avdiel out to the middle. To K-Taps. K-Taps puts it up high. Now down to Alkaline. Alkaline to Blueky. Blueky putting it off the backboard. Followed up here by Matthias. Matthias over now to the corners. Followed up here from K-Taps. K-Taps trying to keep this ball on the offensive end. He was the main reason why they were able to win the last game, and he's looking to try and be another main reason here. It's off the crossbar again. Right now, Havoc Orange, they have the lead, but they can't buy a go-ahead goal. The demo in the midfield. Did Havoc Orange overcommit? No, that's going to be an empty net miss from Final Form White. 35 seconds left to go. Here comes K-Taps. Over to Avdiel. Avdiel trying to look for a way to center it mid. Now it'll be over to Alkaline. He passes it mid to Blueky. Shot off target. Alkaline hits it off the crossbar. Another missed shot attempt from Final Form White. But here comes Alkaline, putting it off the backboard to K-Taps. K-Taps to Blueky. Blueky trying to maintain possession. Putting out the backboard. 13 seconds to go. Can Havoc Orange remain firm? Avdiel. He pinches the ball past him. He gets bumped. Alkaline, he ends up not going for the ball. Now he's awkward. 3 seconds to go. Trying to flip reset the ball past the entire team. 0 seconds to go. Ball's kept in the air. Alkaline, he ends up missing again. Blueky keep it alive. He will. Off the side wall. Ball bounces down to Avdiel. Avdiel keeping it in the air. Matthias, can he fake it down? Blueky, he gets bumped, and Havoc Orange have taken their second in a row. 1 goal, 1 game to tie. Oh my goodness, folks. Here we go. Ball back in. We're gonna now be going back into the side. The ball's now back in. Excuse me. Havoc Orange's court. This series is all that they make of it right now, folks. They have what it takes to win this series, but Will they be able to get it to Game 7? That's the next question. Now moving on to Neo Tokyo. Havoc Orange and Final Form White. Looking to see if they can get who will get the dub here in Game 6. We did almost see a reverse sweep against Digital Threat by Aura Esports in the last chance qualifier. But here we go, folks. Final Form White, Havoc Orange. Potential Game 7 on the line. Here we go. Ball back over to FDL. FDL looking for the shot. Final Form. If they want to avoid getting reverse left here, I think they will have to score. And I think whoever scores first here will be the team that wins this. Because honestly, I don't see if Havoc Orange don't score first here, maybe they're going to feel like the series is all but over. But we do have to remember, anytime Final Form has taken a lead, they have not lost that game. And now in 2 of those games, and then all 3 of their wins, they have taken the lead. Only 2 of them, they have taken the lead first. But here we go, K-Taps. He has been the main hero here for Havoc Orange. And now we back over to Blueky. Blueky ends up sending that ball forward. Now over to Alkaline. Alkaline putting it off the post. But no foul. But you have to remember, Final Form, they had so many close opportunities in the previous game, but Matthias Maximus, the captain, the Havoc veteran, has put the ball in the back of the net. Havoc Orange have once again scored first, and since Game 1, both games they have scored first, they have managed to win. Havoc Orange looking to do the impossible here and trying to take it to game number 7. Still, though, 4 minutes left to go. Easily, barely less than 80% of the game left to go. And Havoc Orange are going to have to try and at least maintain a 1-goal lead. And Havoc Orange, ever since they fixed their defense from the Split 2 playoffs, they have looked like a better team than they ever have before. Oh, back over to Avdiel. They lose it back to Blueky. Blueky down to Alkaline. Alkaline puts it off the backboard. Follow it up from Avdiel. Great demo. But Avdiel, he slows down the play. He can't find a shot. And a great 50-50 there from Havoc Orange. Setting up Timmy. Timmy shoots. He scores! Havoc Orange have brought it to a 2-goal lead. They are wanting the reverse sweep. Oh my goodness, folks. If this happens again, a Havoc Esports Championships reverse sweep, if it happens again, that is going to be insane. But folks, series is not over yet. We've seen so many close comebacks from Final Form late in the game against Havoc Orange, but another setup from K-Tap, setting up to Matthias Maximus, and he can't find the shot this time. But we've seen Havoc Final Form. They've been able to come back multiple times, and Alkaline brings it back within 1 once more. Look at this shot off the sidewall. Alkaline reads it perfectly, puts it in an empty net. We're back within 1. It's not over yet, Havoc Orange. You have to completely win this game. So here we go. Avdiel wins the kickoff for Blueky. Blueky gets dusted to the ball by K-Taps. Alkaline through the air to Timmy. Timmy now down to Alkaline. Alkaline trying to maintain possession here. He's on 0 boost, though. Leaves the 50 for Avdiel. And now the ball will be taken away by K-Taps. Blueky misreads where the clear is going. Now be back over to the middle. Can we see a shot opportunity? K-Taps and Matthias Maximus getting beat to the ball. Here comes Alkaline in a 1v1. He flicks it over. Alkaline ties the game. Final Form White do not want to take this to Game 7. Oh my goodness here, folks. Again, Havoc Orange stepping up when it matters most here. But Final Form doing just the same. Ball back over to Blueky. Losing that 50 over to the corner. Avdiel trying to maintain possession. Gets the 50 past 1. Trying to set up Alkaline. Alkaline pitches it mid. Chance for Blueky maybe. And that will get popped to the side. Timmy gets the beat. Havoc Orange have successfully transferred over to the offensive end. But can they keep the pressure? Ball bouncing up mid to Alkaline. Alkaline trying to maintain possession. Gets it around 2. Can he get it past the 3rd? No. Timmy, of course, will keep the ball on the offensive end. Timmy kind of been the silent hero for Havoc Orange in this game, as he's been for many series in the past for Havoc Orange. But here comes Avdiel. It's off the side wall. Setting up Matthias. Matthias back to Alkaline. Alkaline looking for the follow. Getting the win on the 50-50. Minute 30 left to go. Can they continue to pile on the pressure? Final form want to take it here. They want to take it now. This goes to overtime. The nerves on either one of these teams will be insane. But K-Tap slots it in. Havoc Orange once again on top. Look at that, folks. Final form. They cannot buy a lead at this moment in time, and now they'll have to try and find a way to tie up this game once again. Here we go, folks. A great double demo off the kickoff, but then E-Ball ends up stealing the ball from Avdiel. Setting up Bluekey, though, and now it'll be up to Avdiel to try and keep this ball out of harm's way. Avdiel off the sidewall. Setting it up off the backboard. Bluekey ends up not being able to get the save. 2-goal lead for Havoc Orange. Ladies and gentlemen, we might be seeing a potential reverse sweep on our hands once again in the Havoc Esports Championships. Almost a minute left to go. Ball back over to Alkaline. Alkaline, though, has to try and maintain possession here. Fakes the flip reset as he's trying to just get the ball away from Havoc Orange. But at every single moment, we see a Havoc Orange player at the ball. Here comes Bluekey. He ends up getting dunked. That ball's going. It's going. It's the goal. Havoc Orange, 3-goal lead. Oh my goodness, folks. Are we about to see it? Both of the last times we've seen a reverse sweep in a best of 7, Pixacar has been in the lobby. So we will be confirming this is a completely Havoc thing if a reverse sweep in a best of 7 does end up happening here. And you have to remember Avdiel. Avdiel is a Season 6 champion. Even though he is a substitute for this roster currently, he is a Season 6 champion. The last season of Havoc, he won with Cosmic and the 4-time champion Benji. And right now, we might be seeing new champion mindsets being confirmed as Havoc Orange looking to finish the reverse sweep. And luckily, even if they win this series here in Game 7, they can reset tomorrow. They can reset for the semifinal, but K-Taps puts it in. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be seeing here a Game 7 potential reverse sweep from Havoc Orange. And the last time we saw Havoc Orange in a Game 7, they won against Digital Threat to make it to the grand finals. In terms of playoff match winners, though, they have so far lost a Game 5 in the grand finals to Havoc Gold, but they also won a Game 7 against Digital Threat. So the matter is, which one matters most here? Alkaline ends up getting a mistouch. The nerves of Final Form are setting in. Maybe we can see Force hop on in the VC, maybe give them some motivation, but right now, we might be seeing the Havoc special. Here we go, boys. Ball back over to Avdiel. Avdiel will get a goal, so right before Game 7, Final Form will manage to get a goal. But I don't know if they can stop this momentum that Havoc Orange have built for themselves. We got a lot of people supporting the reverse sweep in chat. Havoc Orange. Will they be able to do what's only been done against Pixacar's teams in the past? Oh my goodness, folks. That is Game 7. Reverse sweep on the line here. Folks, I don't know what's going to happen here. If you are a fan of Rocket League, this is what we live for. We're now going to be going to Champions Field in a potential reverse sweep in a best of 7 once again in the Havoc League Championships. Folks, okay, folks, we're gonna keep it quiet here. Going into Game 7, potential reverse sweep here on the line. Everybody in chat, I want to hear it. If you are a Havoc Orange fan, cheer on Havoc Orange in the Twitch chat. If you are a Final Form fan, cheer on Final Form in the Twitch chat. I want to see it. I want to see the pep talk. Oh, Forrest gave the pep talk to the team. I want to see everybody cheer on your favorite team here. But here we go. Championships. Here we come. Final form white. Havoc orange. Once again, best of 7 reverse sweep in the championships on the line. And final form white started off with a fake kickoff. I think it's definitely whoever scores first here will be the favorites to win this game 7. We might all be cheering on for the reverse sweep right now, but Final Form fans, your team needs as much cheering as possible. Right now, right off the bat, we're seeing extreme hesitation from both teams. Ball gets put off the backboard. Now it can be followed up here by Avdiel. Avdiel pinches that ball mid, but followed up even better by K-Taps. Alkaline through the air. Looking to try and get this ball forward. Alkaline. Remember, everybody, Alkaline is 15 years old. He only recently turned 15 at the end of last year and is barely eligible for RLCS. He's been SSL here for a very long time, and I think this is the first time he's ever been in a situation like this, about to be reverse swept in a championship match. Here we go. Alkaline fakes it, taking his time here. Looking to try and bait in Timmy. Gets a 50-50 there. Will now be back in the hands of Bluekey. Bluekey flicking that ball over one to Alkaline. Alkaline puts it up and forward to Timmy. Timmy will get the ball to Bluekey. Bluekey trying to pass the ball mid to Alkaline. Alkaline shoots. Is it in? It's off the crossbar. The fourth man stops it again. Abdiel shoots and he will find it saved away by Havoc Orange. But Final Form, the crossbar once again stopping the team. Bluekey will put that ball over to the backboard. Cleared away by Havoc Orange. Still tied 0-0 here. Avdiel looking to maintain possession. Alkaline with the musty. Takes it off Avdiel, but he gets taken away from the other team. Here comes Bluekey. Bluekey through the air. He misses. Alkaline has to get the touch. He takes his time. He knows he has time. Great possession from Final Form White. And now it'll be over to Avdiel. Avdiel leaves it for Bluekey. Bluekey now down. The sidewall here is Avdiel. Avdiel now down to Alkaline. Alkaline trying to maintain possession. Takes the ball off his backboard. He gets the ball over another person. Can he take it the entire way? Pitches it off the sidewall and followed up here by Bluekey. Bluekey to Alkaline. Alkaline now up to Avdiel. Avdiel ends up peeling off, letting Alkaline challenge that ball. But still, now we have reached the midway point in Game 7. Flick from Avdiel. It's off the crossbar. Followed up from Alkaline. Final Form White score first. And folks, now Havoc Orange are going to have to do what they haven't done the entire series. They're going to have to try and win from behind. Every time Final Form White has taken the lead, they have not lost. Let's see if Havoc Orange can do the impossible. Alkaline loses the 50 pretty poorly, but a great hit. Ball gets sent down the pitch off the crossbar. Timmy ends up missing it, but it's still safe away. 1-goal lead remains intact for Final Form White. Chance here for Alkaline. Alkaline taking his time, looking confident, setting up Avdiel, but a great demo keeps the ball out of harm's way. Matthias Maximus sends the ball down the pitch. Back over to Alkaline. Alkaline putting it off the ceiling as it's going to be sent down the pitch. K-Taps keeps it on the offensive end, setting up Timmy. Timmy misses the empty net. Ball back over to Matthias. Matthias over to now to K-Taps. K-Taps passes to Alkaline. Alkaline to Avdiel. Here comes Avdiel. Season 6 champion. Not able to get the double tap there, but a great demo. Setting up Alkaline once again on the offensive end. Matthias ends up getting it past Alkaline. Here comes K-Taps. K-Taps puts the ball off the backboard. Followed up. Not able to get the shot on target there, though. Alkaline with another fantastic touch. Sends the ball down the pitch. Ball to the corner. Now over to the hands of Timmy. Timmy trying to maintain possession here. Gets the ball over to Avdiel. Avdiel keeps on the offensive end. Bluekey finds himself getting dunked. Alkaline gets beat. That's an empty net. Can he get the goal? Timmy off the corner. Setting up his teammate. Saved away by Alkaline. Close opportunity for Havoc Orange. Ball back over now. Ball back out to the middle. Sends it over. Havoc Orange trying to make sure they don't get scored on, but they have to get a goal. K-Taps to Timmy. Timmy with the shot. Alkaline with the save. Ball back out to the side wall. It bounces precariously in the air. Back over to Alkaline. and Alkaline will get the 50-50, but it's not over yet, folks. 50 seconds to go. Ferguson on the pitch. Can Alkaline? Can he get the clincher? It's off the post, and Abdiel will send it over to Alkaline. Alkaline to Abdiel. Abdiel, can he keep it off the offensive end? No. Ball back over now to the net. It's saved away by Bluky once again. Matthias Maximus, he ends up missing. Timmy has to get it. He can't get the save. 30 seconds left to go. And Havoc Orange, so close to the reverse sweep, but now they have to come back with 30 seconds to go. Here we go, folks. Have Final Form White stop the reverse sweep. Alkaline pops it high into the air. K-Taps gets the 50-50, sets up Timmy. Timmy pinches it down the field. Off the backboard, it's a miss. Another miss. Two people in the air for Havoc Orange. Can they get the goal? No! Not able to get the goal. Timmy looking to try and keep the ball in the offensive end. Pinches it. Is it on target? It's off the crossbar. Balled up here with 10 seconds to go. We got to see a goal now. And ladies and gentlemen, so close to seeing the Havoc special. But still, the only players to get reverse swept in a championship will forever still be Pixcar, Panda, and Memento. But Final Form putting on a great show in that Game 7, and Havoc Orange, thank you for keeping it close. But we won't be seeing a reverse sweep from Havoc Orange in this event. And thank you, Havoc Orange, for participating the entire season, and Matthias Maximus especially, a veteran in Havoc Esports, showing up every single week. But that is it for the first quarterfinal of tonight. Coming up after this, we will have Digital Threat versus Sloth Dark. So everybody, if you enjoyed that match, we got another best of 7 coming up right after this. See you guys all in a bit. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Havoc Esports Championships. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. That was a phenomenal quarterfinal, and honestly, I don't know if we can top that. But of course, Digital Threat and Sloth Dark, the old Split 1 grand finalists versus the almost Split 2 grand finalists, and it's definitely going to be a very fun series. Sloth Dark, one of the few teams I have not coached here in Havoc Esports, but they've still managed to find themselves all the way up to being one of the top 2 teams. They of course were not able to play in championships in in the Split 2 playoffs, but they're still a very top team. And overall, I can't wait to see how they perform here in championships. I believe this is both of the organization's first championships. Digital Threat and Sloth Dark, all 6 players have never played in championships in the Havoc Esports League. Sloth Dark, of course, is their first season, but Digital Threat, 2 Freezy played on S2 Alliance Orange last season, and they ended up getting knocked out in the last chance qualifier. But Digital Threat are here. They qualified through the last chance qualifier as the first seed in that last chance qualifier. And they're going to be looking to try and put on a heck of a fight here in this series. But without further ado, let's get started here with the second and final quarterfinal on the main stream tonight. The players have joined. The players are in. Ladies and gentlemen, we almost had a reverse sweep last time, but I doubt these two teams are going to want to do something like that. And right now, it's Digital Threat versus Sloth Dark. They are here, and they are ready to play. All right, folks, so this is definitely going to be a completely different series play style-wise. We see Sloth Dark, who tend to be very, very aggressive. Unlike Havoc Orange, who tend to be a lot more passive and counter-attacky, we see Sloth Dark, who tend to be far more aggressive on the offensive end of things. And we haven't seen Sloth Dark here in a while. We haven't seen them since the Swiss stage in Split 2. Which, as of this point, is almost a month ago, I think, at this point. So this is the first time we've seen them on stream since then. They qualified for, and honestly, Sloth Dark did so well in Havoc League that we haven't seen them for a while just because of how well they did. They qualified for championships, didn't even have to play in the Split 2 playoffs, still qualified. And overall, continuing to look like one of the better teams in Havoc. And if we remember, Sloth Dark's reign as being one of the top teams in Havoc started with a best-of-7 semifinals win against Havoc White with the previous multi-grand finalist Pixacar on that team. Pixacar will now find himself on current best Havoc team, Havoc Gold. But Sloth Dark, they're looking to try and replicate what they're able to do, because I believe whoever ends up winning this match will end up be playing against Final Form White, another great team, and that'll be one of the semifinals tomorrow. So overall, interesting stuff, nevertheless, from either one of these teams. So Final Form White are going to be playing against the winner of this match, and everybody, just to announce, sadly, Aura Esports had to forfeit their quarterfinal match today. But what that does mean is Havoc Gold have already cemented their spot in the semi-finals. Havoc Cosmic, of course, looking to be a two-time champion, and Pixacar looking to win his first championship. Jakey's looking to win his first championship as well. Memento on that team as well, looking to win his first championship. So honestly, right now, and I believe at 10 p.m. EST, Havoc White versus Havoc Purple will be happening. So Benji's chances at a 5-time champion are still possible. But in order for him to do that, he'll have to beat Cosmic's team in the semi-finals. Ball will get tossed over here by the side of Sloth Dark. And so far, this game has remained scoreless. And right after I say that, though, Sloth Dark will put their first goal in. And honestly, Sloth Dark are a very interesting team. Ball back over to Shega. Shega not able to get the touch there, though, that he perfectly wanted, but he was still able to find the net. Half the game to go, and Digital Threat. We have to remember, Digital Threat, they were able to win the last couple best-of-7s they were in after going up early on in both series. They won the first 2 games in both of the series that they won, and even in the semifinal they lost to Havoc Orange, they still won the first 2 games in that. So Sloth Dark, though, they've managed to win multiple close games, but there we go. Digital Threat will find the tying goal here. Something of note here, though, for Digital Threat is they are playing with the substitute in Whitlock, who I believe is also a professional player for another game. I believe I've heard Rogue. I've also heard Trackmania. I don't know if they're the same thing, if they're different games. I honestly don't pay attention to most esports outside Rocket League, Valorant, and CSGO. But overall, Rogue Company. Okay, so he is a pro in a game called Rogue Company. All right. So, honestly, it's great seeing him play here in the Havoc League. And even though a very young person, I believe he's 16, 17, even though very young, he is very experienced in very stressful moments in matches. So even though we're not seeing the captain in camo today, we are still seeing Whitlock with experience come in and even score his first goal of the game. Fantastic stuff from Whitlock as he's managed to take the goal lead here for his team as Digital Threat. Just as they've done in every best-of-7 so far, they want to take those first 2 games. Now, like I talked about, Sloth Dark are one of the few teams in Havoc that I have not coached at any moment in time. I believe they're still all 3 very solid players. However, we have not really seen that, but outside of Havoc League, I haven't really seen them. So it's great to see a team that I don't get to really see in replay review show up here, still be a top team in Havoc, and really try and show their stuff here, because Sloth Dark have not missed out on a single top 4 outside of where they had to forfeit this season. They won Split 1. They were in the top 4 in the seeding tournament, and right now they're looking to be top 4 in the end of the season championships as well. Here we go. Ball continues to be in favor of Digital Threat. Digital Threat maintaining the 1-goal lead they managed to take from Sloth Dark. And look at that. Whitlock puts in another one. 2 goals for Whitlock, 3 for Digital Threat. Digital Threat scoring 3 unanswered goals after letting 1 in from Shega. And now we're now fully seeing the likes of Digital Threat and how much work they've been putting in. Digital Threat have not lost a single best-of-7 since they lost to Havoc Orange in the Split 2 playoffs. And they've played, I believe, 2 best-of-7 since then. This will be their 3rd. 4th overall in terms of best-of-7s. 2-1 in the best-of-7 matches now at this point. And we have to remember, Digital Threat, they came into Split 2 honestly not being the favorite, but Shega will end up trying to shut me up about Digital Threat here as he puts one in after a giveaway possession by Digital Threat. But something to keep in mind, Digital Threat in the Split 1 Swiss stage ended up being 1-3 after barely qualifying through the group stage. Because back in Split 1, it was a group stage into a Swiss into the playoffs, whereas in Split 2, it was just a Swiss stage into the playoffs. And Digital Threat, they ended up being 1-3 in that Swiss stage, and then in the Split 2, they improved so much to the point where they ended up going 3-0 in the Swiss stage, made it to the semifinals, where they ended up getting barely knocked out by Havoc Orange in Game 7, but another shot from 2 Freezy. And it looks like Sloth Dark are going to have to reset themselves, as it looks like Game 1 might solidly be going in favor of Digital Threat. Overall, though, even though Sloth Dark will find themselves losing this game now at a 3-goal deficit, Sloth Dark have definitely shown some of their old confidence. They do have to get reused to being on stream playing against the Havoc teams. And right now, they showed a pretty good early on Game 1. But we're not going to be seeing much just yet from this squad. Digital Threat versus Sloth Dark. Now will be Digital Threat taking the 1-0 lead. Digital Threat have yet to lose a Game 1 since starting Split 2, and that's something that we can honestly really respect about them. Here we go. Digital Threat gonna take game number 1, and we're now gonna be moving on to Beckwith Park Stormy. But look at all that. Look at the points there. Corrupt, he did so much on the defensive end that just didn't get points for, but all 3 players looking fantastic. Mayo, though, normally Mayo is somebody that we expect to step up a lot more massively on the offensive front for his team. He normally sets up a lot of passes for Sloth Dark, or at least he has in the past. So now going into this next game on to Beckwith Park Stormy, hopefully we can see them really step up when it matters most. Here we go, folks. Now going on to game number 2 in this best of 7. And honestly, it was that last series, it took a lot out of me, especially since I am solo commentating both these best of 7s. It's definitely interesting to see a best of 7 go all the way in the very first quarterfinal. But we'll now be seeing Sloth Dark versus Digital Threat as Digital Threat look to try and upset what most people believe is currently the second best team in the league. Ball does get over to Shega. Shega, so far, has, I believe, both goals for his team in Game 1. Now be back in the hands of Freezy. Freezy now sent the ball over to Corrupt, and Corrupt will now take his time, looking to maintain possession. He does end up giving away the ball there. Will now be sent ball all the way down the pitch. Glow does have to get back to it, but he ends up setting up Corrupt, still Corrupt into the middle. Whitlock with the goal. Another goal from the Rogue Company Pro, as he's looking to try and show his value. He might just be the sub for this Rocket League team, but he's definitely showing his value in the nerve control, the mentality here in Whitlock. And I did actually have an individual coaching session with him very recently, and he's really motivated to show off his stuff here in this quarterfinal. Even if this is the only match we see Whitlock in for the rest of the season, he is definitely showing his purpose as a substitute player here for his team, as Camo sadly did have to have work today. Imagine working here. You're here to play Rocket League, not touch grass. But so far, Whitlock showing just what being a 16-year-old can do if you don't touch grass and stay on your computer all day. As right now, Digital Threat up by 1 goal in the first minute. Now it'll be back over to 2 Freezy. 2 Freezy gets it around 2. Gets the dunk around 3, but Mayo with a great rotation back slings the ball to the offensive half for his team. And now it'll be up to Glow. Tries to pass the ball middle. Not able to get it past 2 Freezy, though. And it'll be now into the hands of Corrupt. Corrupt trying to get the beat past 1. Now looking for the touch himself. Gets the flick around 2. Can he get the goal? Not able to find it past Shega. 3.5 minutes left to go. So far, Digital Threat have continued to show on a pretty solid performance from what they began in game number 1, as they're continuing to try and pile on the pressure here against this Sloth Dark squad. And here comes 2 Freezy. 2 Freezy gets the beat, but it'll be now back over to Shega. Shega looking for the corner read, gets the ball mid, but no shot will be coming in here as Glow finds himself in an inopportune position to try and find a shot. Now 2 Freezy will try and maintain possession, kicking the ball out of his own corner. Ball back over now. Whitlock looking for the bump. Not able to get it, though. And Corrupt will send that ball down the pitch. iGlow and his teammate double committing for that one, but both miss. But luckily for them, Digital Threat hits the ball off the 4th man. Sloth Dark finding themselves a little lucky here at the midpoint of game number 2. But looks like Digital Threat have still not gotten the ball out of harm's way for the Sloth Dark squad as they manage to keep pressure for a while. Shega will finally get the ball to the offensive corner, but will they be able to maintain that pressure? Ball gets sent across the goal box. No shot will be found. Another shot off the post and Corrupt at the perfect place at the perfect time. We'll keep that ball out of harm's way as well. Again, we're starting to see Digital Threat. Look, this is the most confident Digital Threat we've seen in a couple of weeks now at this moment in time. Corrupt. I'll put that ball now into the hands of Mayo. Mayo down to Shega. Shega pops the ball up for himself. He ends up getting a 50-50. But Corrupt will take possession out of his own corner. Glow now down to 2 Freezy. 2 Freezy down to Mayo. Mayo now trying to maintain possession here. He's not able to get it past Whitlock. Whitlock doesn't have to do much though as the other team passes it to Freezy, who sends that ball down the pitch. Minute and a half left to go. Digital Threat still maintaining the 1-goal lead. Let's see if Sloth Dark, though, can try to end the scoreless streak. 2 Freezy puts the ball to the side wall. 2 Freezy will get a touch, setting up Whitlock. Whitlock ends up letting Corrupt go. And Corrupt now will try and maintain possession. Corrupt through the air, getting the beat on 1, setting up Whitlock. Whitlock gets 2 to jump. Empty net here for 2 Freezy. 2 Freezy shoots. Double commit from Sloth Dark, but they still manage to get the save. And as time continues to wane, still, both teams not able to score after the 1 goal from Digital Threat. Ball bounces out middle. Opportunity for Whitlock. Whitlock loses the 50 up to his own corner. And he ends up faking it, getting Mayo to bite. And Sloth Dark finding all 3 players, ended up missing the ball there on the corner. Will now be over to Mayo. Mayo gets demoed out by Corrupt. Corrupt sends that ball down the pitch. Now back over now. To the hands of Shega. Shega now down to the side. Here for 2 Freezy. 2 Freezy trying to maintain possession. 2 Freezy now. Looking for the beat here. Shega. Shega gets the goal. Shega, the only person on his team to have scored this series so far, and he's going to be the one to tie up the game. Looks like Whitlock finds himself misreading that one. Corrupt not able to get back in time. And tied game for Digital Threat and Sloth Dark here. Sloth Dark do not want to go down in the series by 2, especially in a best-of-7. Ball back over now to 2 Freezy. Leaves it for Corrupt, as Corrupt now tries to take this ball mid, setting up 2 Freezy. 2 Freezy, not able to get the beat. Tries to set up a teammate, but no one on his team is supporting, and now Whitlock tries to keep the ball on the offensive end. He's not able to do so. But the ball will bounce out mid. Mayo going to be looking for his first goal of the series. Passes off the backboard to Klo, and will it be Shega? Shega puts it in! The striker for Sloth Dark slots that one home. And it looks like we might, for the first time, be seeing a Digital Threat not going up by 2 games at the beginning of a best-of-7. But still 15 seconds to go. We can definitely see Sloth Dark toss away this lead. Let's see, though, if it will happen. Mayo through the air, setting up Glow. Glow loses the 50. Setting up 2 Freezy. 2 Freezy, though, gets beat to the ball by Shega. Shega, the captain here for Sloth Dark, stepping up massively at the beginning, in both games, as a matter of fact. But right now in game 2, enough to get them the lead. But 2 Freezy keeps this ball alive to Corrupt. Corrupt looking to center that ball mid. Can Whitlock keep the ball in the air? He will touch the ball at the side wall. He gets bumped out. 2 Freezy through the air now. Setting up, that's going to be a triple commit from Digital Threat, and that should be the end of the game with a triple commit like that. And yes, it will be. Sloth Dark have tied up the series here early on in this best-of-7, and now we have found ourselves at a best-of-5 moment. But here we go, folks. It's not the end of the day yet. Sloth Dark, they do manage to get the win here. But Digital Threat have shown confidence, even when going down or the series getting tied up before. Whereas Sloth Dark, the only best-of-7 series win we have seen from them is against Havoc White, where Havoc White, honestly, were not showing up in that series. Okay, here we go. We're now going to be going over to Sovereign Heights in this best-of-7, trying to see who will take the next point, the go-ahead point in this series. It's definitely anyone's game right now, but right now, I think for Sloth Dark, if Sloth Dark want to start consistently picking up games, we're going to have to see some other people on the team pick up some goals outside of Shega, because right now Shega, he's the only person with goals in this championship so far. Through the air comes Glow. He gets the reset. Not able to use it, though, as Mayo is going to try and maintain possession out of his own corner. Through the air comes Glow. Glow might be able to get the double here. Saved away by Corrupt. Sloth Dark, they've shown some amazing offensive mechanics throughout this season. They've not necessarily seen amazing consistency, but normally they're able to get the win. And if you are looking for the bracket in chat, that's for our public tournaments. I believe if you go to ! Schedule, you'll be able to see the entirety of the Season 7 bracket. But here we go, 2 Freezy. Popping that ball forward. Leaves it for Whitlock. Whitlock trying to send the ball middle. Now back over to the side here when Whitlock. Whitlock. Back over to Corrupt. Corrupt leaving it for 2 Freezy. 2 Freezy now, down to Whitlock. Whitlock not able to get the touch he wants. And now I'll be back over to Shega. Shega. Yes, Taz, the ! Schedule command is up to date. I updated it myself, I believe. But here we go. Ball back over to Glow. Glow ends up leaving that one to 2 Freezy. 2 Freezy popping that ball forward. Back over now to the side. Back over to Corrupt. Corrupt tries to maintain possession. Back over now to Shega. Shega had an empty net. Not able to find the net there, though. Digital Threat yet to score here after their 1 goal last game. 2 Freezy. Over to Corrupt. Corrupt manages to get the ball out to the offensive end. Now it's just Mayo on the last line of defense. He will touch that ball out to the side, though. Ball back over now. The hands of Glow. Glow ends up getting beat, though, and now it's going to be up to 2 Freezy to make the save. He will get the save to the corner, but ends up giving away possession. Luckily for him, Sloth Dark kind of gives it right back to this team. Now be over to Whitlock. Whitlock puts it up high on the backboard. He's not able to maintain possession, though. Will now be over to 2 Freezy. 2 Freezy off the sidewall. Over now to Corrupt. Corrupt with the shot. Corrupt with the goal! 1-0 lead. And once again, Digital Threat find themselves up in the game. Now, they did end up throwing away the last game in the final moments of that one, but maybe they can maintain the lead this time. Normally, if you mess up one time, you see Rocket League teams come back and not do the same mistake over again. But Sloth Dark, they're definitely going to be fighting back to try and get their tying goal as they did in the previous one. Whereas Digital Threat, they're continuing to pile on the aggression, pile on the pressure here. As right now, ball will get popped out to the corner to Glow. Glow with the shot saved away. Still, Shega, the only person on Sloth Dark to find a goal here in this championships. That's going to be a missed touch there, but 2 Freezy gives away the ball for free. Whitlock pops the ball high into the backboard, looking for the shot, looking for the goal, and he will find another one. Whitlock making this lead taken up by 2, and they weren't able to maintain a 1-goal lead, but if anything, you would think they would be able to maintain the 2-goal lead. Ball back over now to Shega. Shega looking to maintain possession here. Send the ball down the pitch. Glow gets the ball to the offensive end, but he can't get the dunk. And it'll now be up to Shega to keep the ball on the offensive end. Ball to the sidewall now. Glow trying to maintain possession. Over now to Mayo. Mayo puts the ball towards the net, but easily taken away by 2 Freezy. Unlike the previous game, which went up by 3, and then it was just a permanent reverse sweep attempt from that time on, we're not seeing a lot of energy here from either one of these teams. We're seeing a couple of goals, but nothing very spectacular. Both these teams maybe still getting used to being in championships. This is after all, this is both of the organization's first times in this league, in this championship, as well as league. Here comes 2 Freezy. 2 Freezy now down to Corrupt. Corrupt puts the ball forward. Now at the sidewall to Whitlock. Whitlock not able to get there. And will now be a great fake that actually opens up some space for 2 Freezy to get back to a 50-50. But with 1 minute left to go, Digital Threat have honestly not fallen off on the pressure. And honestly, they're looking a lot less floppy. Now that is a little bit of an overcommit there from 2 Freezy. But here comes Corrupt. Corrupt ends up leaving that one. Mayo looking for the shot, but again, Whitlock with the save. And compared to, and we're definitely seeing Digital Threat continue to really improve as the last couple of weeks have gone on, it's honestly been a spectacular way to see the improvement here out of both these two teams, but more specifically Digital Threat going from 1-3 in the split one Swiss to going 3-0 in the split two Swiss to eventually making it almost to the semifinals. Grand finals being one game off, but right now we will see finally someone outside Shega will find a goal, and Shega is still sitting up the goal, still 100% goal participation for Sloth Dark, but with 26 seconds left to go, let's see if Digital Threat are able to maintain this lead. Whitlock gets beat, kickoff shot attempt from Mayo. Mayo! All it took was one goal, and the gates have been open, as of now it's going to be Mayo getting his second goal of the game, again assisted by Shea, still maintaining that 100% participation streak. But 22 seconds up to go. Sloth Dark went from, with 20 seconds up to go, being up by 2 to now being tied. Let's see though if Digital Threat can maintain some confidence, try to retie at the game. Because if Sloth Dark get the lead, they have definitely shown confidence whenever they have a lead in a series. Here comes Glow. Glow trying to maintain possession. Ball pinches that across, and it will touch the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we have overtime here in the Havoc Esports series. Corrupt looking for the shot. Fakes it for Whitlock. Whitlock gets the goal. A kickoff goal from Digital Threat will give them the game lead, and hopefully that will be enough to salvage their mental after almost tossing away that one. Kickoff goal definitely is funny. Hopefully resets their mental here going into this game, but Digital Threat gonna find themselves inching closer to match point than their opponents. But here we go, solid stuff. All 6 players on the pitch stepping up in that game. Mayo ending up with 5 shots, Whitlock with 6, both of them with 2 goals apiece. And the main takeaway we want to say here is Digital Threat, some of their goals are unassisted, whereas all of the Sloth Dark goals have been assisted so far, I believe. So that's the one main difference takeaway here, and normally it's the team that passes, the team that wins. So let's see if Digital Threat can pick up on their passes, just make sure they continue to pick up on their off-ball pressure as well. If they're able to do that, we can definitely see them come through and try to get the dub going forward here. But now on to Manfield Knight. Both these teams have some solid wins on the Manfield Knight part of their series. Of course, Digital Threat managing to go to match point against Havoc White in Split 1 playoffs. And Digital Threat last week managing to win their first Manfield Knight in a best of 7. Going on to win that best of 7, I believe, in Game 6 still. Here we go, though. Whoever scores first is definitely going to have a lot of momentum going this game. Sloth Dark looking to tie the series, and Digital Threat looking to go on match point. Ball off the backboard, follow from 2 Freezy. 2 Freezy will find the goal. Once again, Sloth Dark find themselves scoring first. And I believe in all the games Sloth Dark have won, they have scored first, if I remember correctly. No, actually. Game 1 they won after being down. They actually scored first in the game they lost. So it looks like we're not going to be seeing a pattern there. But Digital Threat up 1-0 early on in this fourth game. And remember, folks, we're taking a little bit more of a quieter period. Remember, we do have a Valorant tournament tomorrow. It's $125. And it doesn't matter what rank you are or what experience you are. If you have experience playing Valorant, or if you just have the game and you want to play with some friends, get 4 friends, sign up for the tournament tomorrow, and you'll be able to participate and actually have a really good chance. It's for all ranks. So if you haven't played Valorant tomorrow, if you haven't played competitive Valorant tomorrow, it could be fun, and you honestly could get some dough as well. So if you do want to, hop in, do !tournament in the chat, and you'll be able to sign up in the Valorant tournament and have a chance to win $125. But here we go. Still only a 1-goal lead from Digital Threat as they're continuing to look strong. But even though the Digital Threat have looked strong, they have thrown away a 1-goal lead before. They've actually now thrown away a 1-goal and a 2-goal lead. And only in the 2-goal lead that they threw away were they able to get a goal back and win, all granted be off an overtime kickoff. Here we go. Ball back to Shega. Chega has passed out the scoring baton to Mayo. Mayo now finding himself with 2 goals in that last game. Still assisted by Chega. But we're now reaching the midway point of this game. Although, just as we saw in the game that Digital Threat ended up losing, even though they were able to maintain the lead until the final 30 seconds, they still were able to throw away that lead. So let's see if they're going to do that this time, or if they're able to maintain the lead and try to just get their first shutout here of the game. But it looks like we won't see that, as Mayo will find himself a 3rd goal in this series and slots that one in top shelf. Look at that. Mayo finding himself an empty net shot off the pass once again from Chega. Chega still with 100% goal participation, really stepping up here for his team. But now it'll be too freezy off the kickoff. Looking to try and tie it up. Double commits with his teammate, though. Corrupt ends up missing. Misreads that play, but luckily for him, Glow misses the touch. That could have been Slot Dark's opportunity to take the lead once again, but he's not able to do so there. And Corrupt off the spawn, gonna try and maintain possession. Here we go, folks. Both these teams still fighting for the aggression, fighting for the confidence, but it looks like that'll be another goal on the board. Chega, continuing his 100% confidence and participation streak, will find the go-ahead goal, this time off the pass from Mayo. We haven't really seen Glow on the pitch really at all in terms of what he's done on offense, but honestly, it'll be interesting to see what Glow has been doing for this team. He's been making some solid touches, but right now, Slot Dark's complete offensive arsenal has been Digital Threat. Here we go, though. 2 minutes left to go. Now Digital Threat have to fight back and try to tie the game themselves. They're able to do it in game 1. Why not be able to do it in game 2? Chance for Mayo. Gets the ball around 1. Misread from both players on Digital Threat there. It looks like they're reacting a little bit to where the ball is going to go. And it's allowing Sloth Dark to get a couple of clean beats. Here comes Too Freezy looking for the corner read. Ends up faking it out. Not able to get the touch as he wants. And Corrupt will not take the ball up the sidewall. Here comes Corrupt through the air. Loses the 50 back to Too Freezy. Too Freezy now high into the corner. Back over now. The Glow. Glow to Whitlock. Whitlock pops the ball high into the air. To Corrupt. Corrupt now trying to maintain possession. Getting the reset. Gets it off the backboard. Where's the follow-up? Saved away once again by Sloth Dark as they're starting to really ramp up their defense. Great read there from Corrupt as he gets the goal line save. Now over to Chega. Chega looking for another goal. Ends up not being able to find it there, though. And here comes the counterattack. Too Freezy trying to pop the ball down to Corrupt. Corrupt and Whitlock. He calls Whitlock off the ball. We got a tied game. 1 minute left to go. And once again, it's Whitlock setting up a fake here for his teammate. Look at that. Whitlock, he may not have 100% goal participation, but it seems like on offense he's always there at some point. But really good call off there from Corrupt. He knew he had a goal. An even better setup by his teammate in Freezy. But now, with less than a minute left to go, we might be seeing Digital Threat in a great chance to try and take match point here against his team. Chega gets the beat, looking to try and get the ball around Corrupt, wins the 50 there, but sets up Whitlock. Whitlock loses the 50 back to Corrupt, and now Corrupt will try and maintain possession here. Looking trying for the 50-50, gets the 50 out mid. Opportunity for Whitlock. Whitlock looking for the shot, looking for the goal, not able to get it. But it's now over to Too Freezy. Too Freezy ends up getting beat to that ball. And Mayo sends the ball down the pitch. It's an empty net. What happened? The Digital Threat's defense, nobody aware of what was happening there. Looking at this, Corrupt just backflips, although it looked like he didn't read the sidewall to begin with because it looked like he was getting cleanly beat. And now late in this game, it might be looking like Sloth Dark will tie up this series. Here comes Corrupt. Ends up getting beat out by Mayo. 15 seconds to go for Digital Threat to try and tie up this game. We won't see a second go-ahead goal from Sloth Dark, allowing potentially the tying game goal here to come in from Digital Threat, but Mayo will fly through the air early on. Ball gets sent out mid, bounces out the sidewall. Will it be kept in the air? Mayo drops it down to the ground, and ladies and gentlemen, we got a tied series once again, moving now over to essentially a best of 3 between these two teams. 4 games gone, and yet no team closer to winning than the other. Solid stuff from Digital Threat, but Sloth Dark once again showing up why they are one of the better players on the pitch. 2 assists and 1 goal from Shega, maintaining 100% goal participation here in this game. But now we'll be finding ourselves going over to Salty Shores Night to see which team will end up getting the win and which team will get to match point first. That's the real question that we want to see from ourselves here. Which team will get match point first? Either way, I could see either team getting it, but Digital Threat, hopefully a Digital Threat in all the series they've gone to so far, they have managed to make 2 match points getting it first, and they ended up making match point second in 1 series. And the one time they did not get to match point first, they lost, and that was to Havoc Orange, who we saw earlier on stream, almost get the reverse sweep on Final Form White. But here we go. Reminder, everyone, Havoc Esports $125 Valorant tournament, all ranks tournament. So even if you aren't a professional team, get 4 friends and you'll be able to sign up for a $125 Valorant tournament. It should be fun. Overall, should be exciting as well. So really just make sure you guys sign up, do !tournament in the Twitch chat, and you'll be able to find us and sign up your team for the Havoc Esports first ever Valorant tournament. But here we go, folks. That's going to be another goal on the board. And it looks like that's going to be Shega, and that's going to be Glow's first goal of the series. Once again, of course, assisted by Shega. Corrupt fakes out that one, trying to maintain possession. Ends up setting up Sloth Dark, though, as now it'll be sent all the way into the hands of Whitlock. Whitlock now down to Corrupt. Corrupt trying to maintain possession. He will get it past the entire team. Fantastic shot and even more fantastic goal from the side of Digital Threat as they've once again tied up the game, mimicking what happened in game number 1. And maybe that's what these two teams need to try and do. They need to try to come back from behind if they want to get a win here in this series. Of course, if you can get the win while staying ahead, that would be great. But the only time that's happened so far has been Digital Threat. They ended up getting the lead. They dropped the lead, but then they were able to win in overtime. But of course, we have not seen a full-on clean win from either one of these teams once they get the lead. And it looks like that's going to be a misread from Digital Threat, for some reason dropping a ball that was clearly getting shot low. And that will be another goal on the board for Sloth Dark. Look at that. No, for some reason, both players end up going high. I thought that was clearly going low, but at the end of the day, these players are, of course, still trying to improve. They're not pro just yet. But here we go. Ball back to 2 Freezy. He's looking to try and get the beat. Pre-flip flick over the opponents, but Corrupt side flips on the top of the goal box. But the ball will find itself bouncing out the backboard. But Corrupt, he's going to want that ball back. That's multiple times now he's backflipped when it's been very important for his team. Here we go. Ball sent off the crossbar by Sloth Dark as they're looking to try and continue to pile on the pressure here against Digital Threat. Glow, he ends up getting completely dunked, but Mayo with a great read will get the ball back to the offensive end. Ball back over now. The side of Digital Threat as they're trying to get this ball out of their own half. They just can't do so. Ball will get passed out mid. Whitlock trying to set up his teammates mid. Mayo looking to put it off his own backboard, but Whitlock once again passed the ball mid. It's going to be another pre-jump from Corrupt. He's throwing himself at that ball even though he was clearly getting beat, but luckily for him, his teammates do get back right in the nick of time. And now it'll be over to Shega as he tries to take the ball back to his own end of the pitch. Over to Whitlock as he might clear this ball down. So actually, he's setting up a solo play here. Wins the 50. A backflip from Glow might set up Digital Threat's opportunity here. But with half the game left to go, Digital Threat still yet to find any consistent pressure on the offensive end. Just able to find that one goal. Ball back over to 2 Freezy as he ends up pinching that ball down the field with the help of Shega. Now it'll be up to Whitlock to try and get this ball back to the offensive end. He puts the ball up trying to follow it, but he ends up just giving away the ball. And Sloth Dark will take every possession away as it's now going to be back into the middle here. To Whitlock. Whitlock sends that ball down to Shega. Shega trying to maintain possession. Pinches that ball off the sidewall, down the pitch to 2 Freezy. 2 Freezy looking for the beat. Can't get the goal. And now it'll be back over to Glow as he tries to maintain offensive pressure. Whitlock gets the beat on 1. Can he get it past 2? Looks like he will get it past 2 as it's a mistouch from Mayo. Setting up Corrupt. Corrupt off the backboard. Follow from 2 Freezy. 2 Freezy gets the dunk, and Mayo will get the save. A follow-up from Corrupt, though. Sends the ball right back out mid. A bunch of bumps. Whitlock with the empty net. Saved away on the goal line by Glow. And right now, Digital Threat can't buy a goal. Corrupt with the follow-up, setting up Whitlock. Whitlock putting it off the backboard, and now be sent over to the hands of 2 Freezy. 2 Freezy now down to Corrupt. Corrupt off the backboard. Follow up here from 2 Freezy. 2 Freezy back over now to Shega. Shega gets beat, and now it'll be up to him to try and get this ball out of the offensive end. Shega still, I believe, with 100% shooting, with 100% goal participation. Ball back over now to Corrupt. Corrupt shoots, easily turned away by Sloth Dark. Will now be in the hands of Glow. Glow now down to 2 Freezy. 2 Freezy. Back to Corrupt. Corrupt looking for possession. Flicks that ball forward. Now back in the hands of Whitlock. Whitlock now down to Shega. Shega ends up getting a great demo, but now it'll be up to Digital Threat as they're looking to try and tie the game once again. But if Sloth Dark managed to win this game, that'll be the first time they'll have taken match point against Digital Threat here in this series. And it'll also be the first time they'll have taken a lead in the series, as a matter of fact. 30 seconds left to go. Digital Threat yet to find a way to keep some offensive pressure here. Ball pass out mid, though. Freezy with the shot. Is it on target? Off the post. Whitlock misreads it. And now it'll be over to Corrupt. Corrupt on low boost, though, getting bumped by Mayo. And now it'll be over to Whitlock. Whitlock pinches across the pitch, but a misread from 2 Freezy is going to allow Mayo maybe to get to this ball. No, 2 Freezy does get to the ball first. Still even. 8 seconds left to go. Misread from Glow. Glow ends up misreading that one. Will now be over to Shega. Shega puts the ball down towards the ground. We have yet to see a 0-second goal tie-up from Digital Threat just yet. Ball into the corner. Glow looking to pop the ball down. And ladies and gentlemen, Sloth Dark once again find themselves on match point in a best-of-7 series. Sloth Dark looking to try and win this in 6, whereas Digital Threat looking to try and take it to 7. Let's see which team is able to get that dub. But now we'll be going over to Neo Tokyo once again. The last time we saw Neo Tokyo today, it was a pretty easy win for the team that was down in the series. Ended up being 7-2, I believe, for Neo Tokyo. But now we're going to be going over to game number 6 here. Neo Tokyo, Digital Threat looking to try and tie it up. Whereas Sloth Dark looking to try and show this that they may not have been able to play in Split 2 playoffs, but they're still going to be a top team. Let's see if they're able to do that right here, right now. Players are in the lobby. Let's get started here, folks. Game 6, Sloth Dark for the first time on match point. Now, the last time we saw Digital Threat in a situation like this was against Havoc Orange in the semifinals of the semifinals of the Split 2 playoffs. Havoc Orange ended up losing that match, giving Digital Threat the win. So let's see if Digital Threat are able to do that again, or Shega continues his goal participation streak as he scores first. Sloth Dark continuing to show their experience, their composure, their poise in this match. Glow with the win on that one. We'll be back over now to Mayo. Mayo setting up Shega. Shega over to Mayo, almost managing to fall on that one. Shega and Glow, though, double commit on offense to keep that ball into the corner. Now, and I'll be up to Digital Threat to get this one out, but they just can't do so. Digital Threat not able to break out of their own half. We're starting to see some giveaways of possession. They're not really reading where that ball's going. And right now, it's allowing Sloth Dark with much more confidence to really drive through this Digital Threat team. Ball back over now. Trying to set up the Digital Threat here is Corrupt as he loses the 50 back to Freezy. Freezy ends up getting beat on that one. Now be back over to Freezy. Tries to pass that ball across. Now be back over to Freezy once again as he gets a demo. Setting up maybe an empty net. No, saved away. And again, both these teams seem to not be able to get score lines of bigger than 1 goal. Freezy gets the beat. Now over to the hands of Digital Threat once again as they try to maintain that pressure. Ball back over to Whitlock. Whitlock can't find the touch he wants, and now it'll be over to Corrupt. Corrupt, though, is that a side flip into a goal again? Shega finds a goal, and I believe this one may have been unassisted here. No, Mayo does get credit with the save there, and it looks like because Corrupt ended up missing that one, and Shega wants to get credit with another goal, and Corrupt definitely not going to be happy with his performance here, but if he doesn't show up now, they have 3.5 minutes left to go, and Slot Dark maintain the lead. Of course, Slot Dark, we won't be seeing a rematch between them and Havoc White unless they find themselves in the grand finals. Slot Dark, of course, the only team they have not won against this entire season has been Havoc Gold. Off the backboard. Now back over now. It's pinched over to the side. Down to the hands of Corrupt. Corrupt leaving it for 2 Freezy. 2 Freezy back to Corrupt. Can Corrupt get the touch? He does get the touch this time. Can they maintain possession? It looks like we're seeing a little bit of double commits there. The team's kind of panicking. And now ball back over to the ceiling. Shega getting beat out. Back over now by Mayo. Mayo getting beat over to the backboard. Over to Whitlock. Once again, Shega trying to maintain possession here. Excuse me, not Shega. His teammate trying to maintain possession. Ends up giving it away. But still, Digital Threat not able to get this ball out to the offensive end and have any kind of sustained pressure. 2 Freezy will try to send this ball down, trying to save his team. But then again, another save and clear away by Sloth Dark. And they're looking for another follow-up. Glow setting up Shega. Shega with the follow-up, and the first time, Shega's going to find himself not getting a goal participation point here, as Mayo getting the goal off the pass from Glow. Shega almost had the opportunity there, but a follow-up there will come in. And Sloth Dark now up by 3 in the final 2 minutes. And right now, folks, it's looking all but over for Digital Threat. Bounces off the corner here. Shega not able to get there. Ball bounces high into the corner now. Shega not able to get there as well. Back over now. Popping the ball up to Corrupt. Corrupt, he can't get the touch that he wants there. Now I'll be back over to 2 Freezy. 2 Freezy. Back over now. The side. Here comes Mayo. Mayo, can he get the touch? No, not able to do so. And now he popped up high and through the air. Glow gets beat out there. Now going to be setting up Glow. Glow can't get the read there. Pinches up to the ceiling. Ball back over to Mayo. Mayo looking for the follow-up here. He's not able to get the touch. And now I'll be back over to Glow. Glow setting up Shega. Shega will find himself another goal. 4-0 lead. And ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the series may be all but over at this moment in time. Digital Threat have to find 4 goals with less than half the game to go. It looks like right now, Havoc White and Havoc Gold are still going strong here in this their match. Excuse me, Havoc White and Havoc Purple still going strong in their match. I'll be able to see we'll be rating them right after this on the B stream. And it looks like right now, Havoc Purple and Havoc White won game 1. But game 2 with 40 seconds left is a tied game. Havoc Purple trying to maintain the lead. Havoc White trying to take another game lead there in that series. But we will be going to them right after this, so make sure to stay tuned for that. All gets popped in there. And with 30 seconds left to go, folks, I think this series may all be over. It's not going to be as exciting as the almost reverse sweep there from Havoc Orange, but at the end of the day, it's still been a great night. No sweeps here in this championship, and right now these teams are continuing to look the best. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I think we managed to get the best 8 teams from Havoc Esports in these quarterfinals here. Split 1, Split 2 had some teams that maybe shouldn't have been there, but right now that will be a win from Slot Dark. But fantastic stuff from them. That's going to be a win for them. Thank goodness for Slot Dark managing to come back and do really solid. We could have seen easily a sweep from from Digital Threat after that first game, but they managed to come back and fight back. And then, sadly for Digital Threat fans, I mean, Sloth Dark just kept going after that. After they won that go-ahead game, they just couldn't be stopped. But oh my goodness, folks, that's it here, folks, for this match on so this for tonight. Remember, day 2 of championships will be taking place tomorrow. So everybody, remember, tomorrow is start of championships here, folks. So remember, everyone, make sure to stay tuned for that, because that will be taking place tomorrow. So everybody, remember to stay tuned. 8 p.m. EST will be the start of championships. So remember to show up to the stream tomorrow, 8 p.m. EST, where in one of the matches we'll be seeing Final Form White versus Sloth Dark. So it should definitely be a very, very fun match. And overall, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for showing up. Remember, Sunday is our Valorant tournament, $125 tournament. Remember to sign up, doing exclamation mark tournament in the chat. Without further ado, folks, that's it for this series for tonight. Congratulations to Sloth Dark for moving on. And thank you so much to Digital Threat for participating in this season of Havoc and almost managing to make it all the way to the top 4. But everybody, without further ado, this is HBC Luke signing off. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.